So today we are making a Battle for Dream Island / BFB tier list, and we have love, like, okay, and neutral, and also no opinion, but I don't think anyone's going to be in the no opinion category, dislike, and hate. Nickel! I really like his I personality a lot more than his BFB personality, and I'm on the cusp of like and okay. I think that he's decent, so I'm going to put him in like for now. Next up is David, and he can be funny at times, but he doesn't do much. I'm putting him in neutral. Woody, Woody really improved in my opinion in BFB 24. I know there's some people who say that Woody's just a blocky clone, and I respect their opinion. And in my opinion, I think Woody is very good now. I've actually always liked him. He was like my second favorite for a while. Okay, next up is Balloony, and I was really looking forward to him in BFB 17, I think, when he made that alliance with Lollipop, but as it stands, she moved up a couple slots, unfortunately got eliminated. He's going in like. Next up is Leafy, and I don't hate her, but I don't like her. I've had a weird relationship with Leafy. I used to dislike her, then I liked her, dislike her, like her. And I think I'm holding up a pretty strong negative opinion towards her, so she's going in dislike, not as bad as Fiery. Next is Cloudy, and I really like Cloudy's collecting gimmick and the voice, like the accent. I think he's a pretty funny character. I'm putting him in like. Next up is Rocky, and he's better than Leafy, but worse than David. He doesn't do much. And I'm like, David, he has not very many funny moments. I'm putting him in the okay / neutral category, but very close to dislike. Okay, so finally we have Robody. And I was worried that the site didn't have Robody. I'm putting him in like because I find him to be interesting. If he was in the game longer, he could have some more character development. I just like his personality. Like being called. Next up is Gady, and I find him to be an important character, but not a very interesting one. I'm putting him above David, her above David, but not by much. Next up is Teardrop, and I really like her. I hope that she doesn't get eliminated, although I like her less than Woody. Actually, I should probably put Balloony there. I like Teardrop. I don't love her, but I like her. Dora. Dora and Teardrop are pretty much on the same. I think I like Dora I like Dora a bit less, but not by much. I find both of them to be very interesting. Dora's very helpful. Both of them are pretty much the same. They're very helpful, very useful. Teardrop has a bit more compassion, and Dora's a bit more strong, but they're both very good. Next up, we have Icy, and I don't think she's very useful. I need to be honest, she's very cute, but not in a romantic very cute. I mean like a puppy very cute, or anyways, so yeah, she's worse than David personality wise, but better than Rocky because she wants revenge. If they brought the revenge gag back, then she'd probably be a bit higher. Book, I don't like her. I know that she was mean and apologized, but if I need to be honest, I found that sort of forced. And either way, I don't find her very interesting, so worse than Leafy. Taco, I didn't like her at the start of the split, but she's risen my ranks from that to the point she was eliminated. I find her better from her body. She's a very smart, strong leader. And going into that, we have Lollipop, and you already know where she's going to go. Yep, right there. I should probably make a different... And then we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is 7th. We have Saw, and I don't dislike her, but the gag season isn't very funny. I'm putting her above Rocky, but once again, not by much. Let's see, where's the last one? I'm going to pause it for a second so I can find the last one. Alright, so we have Bottle, and I don't know where I feel on her. Sometimes I like her, sometimes I find her very annoying. I find her intentions well, so I'm going to put her above Nickel. Next up we have Pie, and I used to really like her, but now I used to put her in love, maybe one of my favorites even, but I don't like her as much. I'm still putting her in like above Cloudy. Actually, no, not that far. Above Taco. Pen, I've never really got the hype for him. Well, I've understood the hype, but I haven't really fell into the hype. I'm putting him, right here. I think here's good. Next up is Remote, and Remote is one of the most underrated characters in the show, in my opinion, which a lot of you may not agree with. That's okay, but I really like Remote. I really like her dynamic with Black Hole and Pie, and how she's the probably one member of Def PCT that doesn't mind killing people. It's a very good dynamic. She's the third person. Third object I'm going to be putting in love. And a character that has a similar dynamic is Pillow. There's only one problem, which is that she can't write. She's like Golf Ball and Remote together. They're two of my favorite characters, but the problem is that she's actually very dumb and doesn't do things well in science. I don't like her. I don't like her very much. So Black Hole is next, and I like him, but I don't love him. He's a very cool guy to hang around, and actually I might love him. So he's over here, actually no, I'll put him ahead of Dora. There we go. Alright, now to see 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. I think that's 5. 5. Oh, so we have Lie and Tree are the next two, and I don't dislike Lie. I think I'm going to put her right behind Nickel in the like category, or right above Gady in the okay/neutral category, because I like the concept, but she hasn't really done much for me thanks to her early elimination, and put her very early in like. Next is Tree, and I don't like Tree. I don't really like him. I find him to be sort of mean. And not that that's a bad trait on itself, but I've just never become interested in him. I like him more than I do Leafy. So, yep. We already know where Golf Ball's going, so let's get that over with. Yep. Right here. Next up is TV, and I used to really, really like him because of his sounds, and over time I've grown and matured and realized that he is basically useless. I think he's had the third least out of any contestant, only following Dora and Teardrop. Next up is Robot Flower, and I like her. I think BFB 7 was a very good episode for her. I don't think she's amazing, but I also remember, I forget which episode number, I think it's 15, maybe 16, the one where she like burned and basketball, and that could be a very good plot for Teapot, so putting her ahead of Cloudy. 8-Ball's going right here. I don't know why you didn't, you probably did expect that. And next up is Grassy, and he's hit or miss like Bottle, so it makes sense if I put him right behind Bottle. So next is Basketball, and I don't hate him. In fact, I think he could have really good stories in Teapot with Robot Flower and Golf Ball, so I'm only going to put him in dislike. I don't even think he's worse than Leafy, or she's worse than Leafy. Next we have Blocky, and BFB 24, despite him getting eliminated, very good episode for him. I think he's better than Dora in my opinion. So next is TB, GB's right hand man, and I'm not putting him as high as GB, but I'm putting him. Let's go between Robot Flower and, actually no, TB hasn't done very much, so I'm putting him over here. Okay, so next is Yellowface, and I don't know what to think about him. He's a very random character. That's why Blanket is very random. I won't say I like him. I'm putting him between Gady and David. He does have some pretty funny moments, but personally I think Purple Face is a bit better. Belle. Belle. I don't really know where to put her, because on one hand she has a lot of good moments, but on the other hand she has that one bad moment with Taco, but it was a misunderstanding. I'm going to put her between Nickel and actually no. Her good moments sort of outweigh the bad enough to beat Nickel. Next is Stapy, and I don't like Teeters. I'm not gonna put him next to Leafy, like worse than Leafy, but I don't think he's very good. Actually, now I think that Basketball is better than Tree. Next we have Fries, and Fries is pretty good. He isn't bad. Oops, sorry. So I think that he's better than Robody, but worse than Taco, because I feel like Taco is a better leader than him. Next we have Puffball, and on one hand, BFDIA, 5E, sorry about that. But on the other hand, I like to pretend that some parts like BFB before BFDIA doesn't, like, I like to pretend that BFB is the first season of the show. And I usually like realism in my competition, so I'm not going to count that. Oh, I don't know where to put her. Actually, now that I think that she hasn't done much until like that lava episode, so I'm putting her in like. I feel like I should put her above Grassy, but that was only one moment. She isn't really focused on. I hope that she gets more focused on Teapot. Next is Marker, and I think he's one of the best members on the team. He is going right between Cloudy and Balloon. I feel like, actually no, he's better than Cloudy. Not better than Robot Flower, but better than Cloudy. He's very funny. I like his quote-unquote derpy accent. So next is Eraser, and while I do like him, I don't like him as much as Pen or Blocky. I feel like his like being bored, sleep, stuff like that gimmick. I forget what it's called. Like, I feel like that's pretty good. I just wish it was actually used in BFB. Alright, the Witch is Gag. So I'm gonna say I like him. He's a pretty cool guy, but I feel like he needs more spotlight. Wait. Next is Foldy, and outside of Remote, Foldy is the most overhated character. I do understand why she's hated, but I personally really like her. Like, I don't like her as much as Robot Flower or Remote, but I feel like she is a pretty good character. I'm putting her between Fries and Rabai, and I feel like she's a better character for most proud to be because she did think that Stapy was in the right, and I don't blame her for that. And I feel like she had some more development when Stapy was gone. I feel like, I say this a lot, but I feel like she'll improve in Teapot. And is that all of the characters in Free Food? We have Stapy in Dislike, Yellowface in Neutral, then we have Bell, Eraser, Puffball, Fries, and Marker. So I've decided to bump Remote down behind Teardrop, but I still really like her. She's in my top 5 so far. Alright, so Iance, Snowball. Used to not like him a lot. Now I think that he's pretty funny, but I haven't warmed up to him a lot. I'm going to put him ahead of Saw because he serves a purpose and not just a gag, although I guess he could. Ruby! Ruby! Roobee. No, that's not how you spell it. I'm putting her in love. I love her. Not in a relationship, but like a friend. She's very good, very crazy. She's very spontaneous. I don't even know if that word means that, but I think that I just really like her. And then we have Bubble, and Bubble's okay. She's alright. She's not bad, but she's just there. I'm putting her between Lie and Nickel. Next up, we have Pencil and Matt, and despite being best friends, I'm rating them in different categories. Pencil is between Saw and TV, and because of BFB 11, I think it was, Matt is in the like category, the like tier between Robody and... Actually, no, I don't want to think that... So, between Robody and Bottle. Next is Flower, and I like Flower. I really like Flower. Honestly, I think she's better than Taco. But not by a lot. She serves more of a purpose than Balloony or TB, which means that Actually, no. Whenever I put someone between Balloony and Cloudy, I always put them up to in front of Cloudy. And personally, I think that Robot Flower and Flower are different, but they're about the same as in my rating, only Marker separates them. Next is Lightning, and I don't really like Lightning, besides the 2 Clarify running gag, which has died out. She hasn't done much, and I guess you could say the same for TV, so I'm going to put him behind Rocky. So, yeah, I don't like Lightning. Actually, I think she's worse than Stapy. And maybe Leafy. Yeah, Leafy, because she has a purpose. So, Fanny. I like Fanny. I feel like she's very good friends with Bubble. I like the hating gag. And for once, it's not a gag that's mostly died out. So, I'm putting her... I don't want to put her too high. I think this is a good spot. That just seems to be the norm. Okay, I think that is it. Gelatin is a really cool character. Originally, he was in love, but I'm putting him in like for now. Just barely worse than Teardrop. Actually, I feel like Remote is just barely, gel. Yeah, I think Remote is barely better. Next is Spongy, and after that whole jet flying then rejoining drama, I haven't warmed up to him a whole lot. He sits in neutral. Actually, I'm gonna put him. Actually, no. David is more of a joke character, and Spongy isn't. So, joke characters can still be funny. Next up is Fiery Jr., and not as bad as the actual Fiery, but still not that good. I think he's better than Yellowface because he actually caused a conflict. I think Gady's better because he solved the conflict. Next is Naylee. Naylee is not as bad as Fiery Jr., although Fiery Jr. isn't that bad to begin with. I'm putting Naylee over here. I think she's better because of the Woody and Cake pussing, Naylee and Woody and Cake and this garbage shoot. So yeah, Bombi used to be one of my favorites, but has only had one real episode. If I'm going to like him more, sorry about that, then I'm going to have to see more of him. But as it stands, the best, no, I think Gady's still a bit better. Alright, Bracelety, the one who named the team Team Ice Cube, and she's pretty good. I think that Naylee is actually better than Foldy, and so is Bracelety, but both of them are pretty good, and now I think that Fries is, also worse than both of them. They're just plowing through contestants. Any more? No, but I will switch Pie and Taco. Donut. I love Donut. I don't like Donut the food. I love Boston cream donuts, but I like Donut the object. I don't know whether to put him in love or like. If BFDIA factored into this, then I'd put him in love, but I'm putting him in like, the best spot in like so far. And we're ending off what I consider to be the best team with who I consider to be the worst contestant on that team. I don't really love Barf Bag. I think you can see that based on where I placed Lollipop on this list. So yeah. I don't hate or even dislike Barf Bag. I just don't find her very interesting. And most teams do. And actually, Gelatin for a while was the one contestant worth Barf Bag, but then the split happened, and now Barf Bag's the worst. And I think this is the worst contestant on any team that is better than all the other worst contestants. In fact, I feel like placing her ahead of Snowball. So yeah, final team. Okay, I'm actually going to go through these contestants from best to worst. So, Needle and Eggy are in a race for the best contestant on the losers, in my opinion. And that is because Needle, I have a quote-unquote special bond with Needle after I played her in Gualice's camp. And Aggie is, Apoy says all you need to know about Aggie, basically Aggie fan. So I think Needle's a bit better. She's in love category, and I'm only putting Aggie in like. But I think that both of them are pretty good. Next up, we have Cake and Coiny. And Cake is, I'm going to put her in like, not very high on like, but like nevertheless. Better than pen and eraser, and she did have that one moment. Actually, I'm putting her better than Matthew Mariah, but still, it was that one moment, and she hasn't done very much. Well, unless you are a Keiko's shipper, which I honestly, well, it's better than Fire Reefy. And Coiny is also very good. In fact, I'm going to put him near Eggy. Actually, I think that, oh yeah, Eggy's better than Remote. Let's see. I think it should be pretty self-explanatory why Coiny is so high on this ranking. Honestly, even though he's not my favorite Teapotter, that would be Golf Ball, followed by Donut and Needle too, but I think that he should win Teapot. Either him or Golf Ball or Needle, or maybe even Remote. But he's a very good leader, one of the best leaders. And now we have 4 contestants that I do not like. So let's start with the best out of all of them, Pin. And Pin is in neutral, but not very high on the neutral category because I told myself that I wouldn't bring BFDI into this. So I will place her in the like category, but very low in the like category. I respect her a lot more than I like her. And these 3 contestants are all going to be in dislike or hate. So let's start with Loser. Actually, Loser and Clock are pretty close together in ranking, so we're putting them, Actually, no, Loser's had some good moments. He deserves to be better than Lightning. Clock just went missing for a couple episodes, and the entire Eggy thing, it's just, I don't like his character. So that, and Loser is a bit of a wild card. Some contestants really like him, like all contestants really like him. Some fans really like him, like Michael and Carrie themselves. And some people do not like him, and I am one because I think that, well, there was that moment, I forget which episode, I think it was in BFB 17, where it was like shaking and fan was dying him. And I think he's a bit too self-centered. But I don't despise him. I don't hate him. However, I do hate Fiery. I think that he's about the same level as 8-Ball. I don't know which is worse. Actually, I think Fiery's a bit worse because 8-Ball at least delivers a conflict that makes Golf Ball better, but Fiery has dragged Leafy down with him. And I'm not the only person who noticed this. And I very much hope that he gets eliminated and Teardrop gets eliminated, then I will not be happy. If Woody gets eliminated, I will be even less happy. If Leafy gets eliminated, then I won't be sad, like I'll still be happy. It's just that I won't be as happy as if Fiery got out. Although it helps Fire's case that Leafy is a rejoiner. After a couple revisions, here are my characters ranked. I'm going to do a team ranking. Those are what the points are for. The more points you get, the more likely your team is to win. So yeah, Lollipop's my favorite, Fiery's my least favorite. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ice Cube and Barf Bag are in the dead middle of the order. Alright, now to organize the team rankings.